Welcome to our Pokemon project, a collaborative endeavor that serves as an educational exploring into the game development. As a team first-time collaborators, we embark on the exciting journey of creating a Pokemon-inspired game, combining our skill in React for the front end and Django for the back end. This is the tech stack that we decided to use in this project. And this is our team. We have our team leader, Clarice Underwood. She works on the front end. Me, Fullboy, I work in the back end, and Joshua Kim, he work in the back end. This project is not for profit but rather than a platform for us to learn and showcase our collective abilities. Users can sign up, log in, and begin their Pokemon journey by selecting a starter Pokemon to form their initial team. The game gives users a capturing more Pokemon, training them to compete in the gym battle, and managing a dynamic team. Visit the Pokemon Center to heal your Pokemon, exploring your virtual home to assemble a team up to 6 Pokemon from your capture collection, and delve into the Pokédex to examine statistics for all the encountered Pokemon. Join us as we share our experience and insight gained from developing this education game, highlighting the challenge and the skill in the process. For the overall design, all this right here is based on the priorities. The must-have is our highest priority, so everything on the must-have will be designed for the game. The should-have will be not important, but something we can do if we finish the design for the must-have. The good-have is on the wish list. We only do the good-have if we have time, and the want-have is something that we will not do for the game. Now, for the back-end design, we want the design to include the one user. We have one team. One team can have multiple Pokemon up to 6, and all these Pokemon will be from Pokemon that the user has captured. This is how we design our models.
The front end design of PokeClone was really focused on the user experience. We spent a lot of time mapping out the design in TL Draw, making sure we were all on the same page in the look and feel. Although some of these elements have changed over time and evolved to better fit our game, this planning really saved us a lot of time in the end, and we were able to deliver great user experience in a beautiful game.
The front end begins with our landing page where the user can sign up and log in. Player can start a new game, or if a player has made progress, they can come back and continue their saved game. Player then chooses their first Pokemon to be added to their team. The intro page gives the player instructions for the game. The first thing a player should do is find a wild Pokemon. Sometimes you won't find a wild Pokemon on your first try, triggering audio of grass brushing. A Pokemon appears and the user can attack, capture, or run. Attack to get the Pokemon's health low enough to capture. Once the wild Pokemon is captured, it's automatically added to the user's team unless there's already 6 Pokemon in that team. The victory page gives Pokemon stats of level, health, and XP. A player should visit the Pokemon Center to bring all their Pokemon to full health, but only Pokemon in the team can be healed, excluding the rest of the Pokemon that might be in the user's inventory. The house allows players to swap Pokemon in and out of their team of 6. The Pokedex logs all the Pokemon the player has encountered since the start of the game, including the 2 other starter Pokemon. Let's fast forward after making some progress in the game. Once a user has enough strong Pokemon, they can face the gym leader. The gym leader's Pokemon are very strong, so you'll need strong Pokemon yourself. If all the player's Pokemon get defeated, the player gets directed to the Game Over page, but they can continue from the Pokemon Center or start over. One feature I'd like to talk more about is how the stats of a Pokemon get updated. After a victorious battle, we get the stats of each Pokemon that was last saved in the battle, and we check if the health is greater than 0. If it's greater than 0, we then check if the experience is greater than or equal to 100. If that's true, then the level is incremented by 1, and the XP is set back to 0. Each time a Pokemon levels up, the attack damage is increased by multiplying the attack damage by its level. Pokemon's base health is also increased by a random number from 1 to 30. Similar to the victory page, the Pokemon Center heals and updates the Pokemon's health stat to its base HP by sending a put request to our backend with all the current stats except for the HP. That gets set to the base HP or max health and is then saved in our backend so that our Pokemon is ready at full health for the next battle. One obstacle we encountered when developing these features was correctly querying the Pokemon's attributes, since we have to grab them from the user's model through relationships. We get the user, obtain the user's team, find the team Pokemon that give us a list of Pokemon IDs, and use those IDs for our put request for our backend in a mapped function that iterates through the Pokemon team to update each Pokemon within the team. A big lesson I took away from this group project was planning and communication. To ensure we had a common understanding and vision for the project, we had to plan and talk about things, especially narrowing the scope of our game features compared to the actual game. Only with solid planning and communication were we able to create our backend with proper models and relationships so that our program could run how we planned. Otherwise, the data we use to implement these updates would be even more difficult.
One of our key features of this app is the battle system. Each attack is determined by a random number, and we set a delay to make it feel like the opponent is thinking before retaliating. And one of the challenges with our battle system is that sometimes the health is not saved before the rest of the system runs and retrieves the data. There are times when you may be playing and the Pokemon regains health. It's something we're still working to get the bugs out, but it has really tested our skills as developers and challenged us ways to work around this issue. In working on this game, I learned the importance of timing and to watch timing and to test for timing. Various systems work together at different times in React, and in a normal web page, a few milliseconds can be negligible, but in a game, every millisecond counts. This game was a proof of concept and a challenge to our skills. We wanted to push ourselves to the furthest limit, and making a game in React tested our skills in new ways that we had not yet experienced in the bootcamp. We learned a lot and we grew a lot, and that makes this game and this project a success.
All right. Thank you so much, Pokemon Clone Team. Really appreciate it. When it comes to your project, what inspired you to try to develop an application or such as a game utilizing such a framework like React and Django, over trying any other sort of tech stack to be able to develop this game?
I would say that the primary reason we use React and Django is because that's what we focused on in the bootcamp. And we decided to build a game because that is not normally what you build with React and Django. And we thought this would push our skills to the max, or at least we end up with a fat 0. Either way, we would learn a huge lesson.